Yo, JD here, Touralimus, and as you can see, back on F1 2019, and today, since we have got Austria coming up this weekend in Formula 1, I thought why not try and go against 110% AI, the ultimate AI, around this track, and we're going to go in the Ferrari because, quite frankly, I just want someone else other than Mercedes to win. So we've got Gasly on pole position somehow, as 5 lights go out. Always keep struggling at starts against the AI, so they seem to get just an insane start. So we've dropped down a couple of positions already, making up one again, going around the outside of Bottas. And let's see what the straight line speed is. I am using a setup, which the setup video, what I'm using here, is actually going to come out tomorrow. So if you like what you see here, I feel it's a very, very good one, then stay tuned for tomorrow because that will be coming out then. But managed to get the position back round the outside of Verstappen. Now trying to make easy work of Gasly, which she should do with a straight line speed as Ferrari, going down the inside, avoiding turning too early because I was just going to lock my front. That's why I kept the wheel straight as long as I could. And now we're back up into second with my teammate Sebastian Vettel leading. And this will be a good test now to see how quick they actually are around here, because I did a few runs in the Red Bull, and I have to say it was a pretty difficult experience. So let's see what I could do in the Ferrari. Coming around this last turn, a couple of turns, you have to be very, very patient here. You really want to throw in the car, but if you do that, you'll probably go spin out. So you really need to be patient, and that is actually the quickest way really around this corner, which you'll go see in my time trial lap, which was a pretty good lap when I did that. So a lot of time to make up on that first corner as well. You can exploit the limits a little bit, but now we've just got to try and chase down our teammate as we're leaving Verstappen for dead. So Gasly already dropping down the field. Hopefully has a good better weekend this weekend. And let me know what your predictions are for this weekend as well. I feel unfortunately it's going to be another probably Mercedes 1-2. But in terms of third place, I actually think Verstappen has a reasonable chance of getting third place. And then it's battle between the Ferraris. Gasly, I think he'll come home in 6th this race. I don't think any other car other than the Ferrari and Mercedes are quick enough aerodynamically. So I think although he's not driving great, I think he'll be safe to come home in 6th there. But moving back to this, managing to just about keep with my teammate and see, as you can see, being very, very patient through here. I feel through the corners, I'm definitely quicker than the AI, but they are just, I don't know if they hold more ERS or fuel than me or something, but they just seem to be lightning quick on acceleration out of corners and just on the straight at times. Sometimes out of corners you'll be able to see towards the end of this video, they're just crazy how quick they actually are. It's actually pretty scary. But coming into this now, managing to get, well, stay within the DRS zone, Sebastian Vettel. And I noticed as well, towards the end of the vicinity, AI do tend to struggle a little bit on tyres, and maybe that's because they're just constantly in that max ERS mode. But you can see now, catch them on the straight, and sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't. But on this occasion, it looks like he's maybe turned it down a little bit because we've got a massive gap behind. You know, within 3 laps, you've pulled out a big, big lead, and I think that's because Verstappen is just holding the rest of them up. And also, let me know what you think of this AI as well. Do you think it could be improved from last year, or do you think it is improved or anything? I will be doing my thoughts on this game next week. A few things I want to talk about, what I feel could be changed for the future. Also regarding the ERS as well. I'm going to be making an entire video on that, whether or not it should actually be included in the game, because in real life they don't really manually actually change it that much themselves. And there was actually a video from Lando Norris when he did a stream saying how unrealistic it is that we have to change it this many times in the game. And to be honest, if this was removed, then I'd be very, very happy, because I think it's pretty unnecessary. But you can see, forcing the AI to go a little bit defensive actually forces them to get a very poor exit. And now we'll go retake the lead from our teammate. And that seems to be a common theme. Once you get up behind them, they go a little bit defensive, and then they stop themselves on the apex, and they just get a very, very poor exit. So managing to retake the lead, going through this double left now. Really enjoy these corners. My favourite corners on the track, especially one of the time trial lap, which was a very low 1 minute 4 second lap. But you can see, coming off this here now, putting high, they've got very, very good straight line speed. Coming around this last corner and managing to just about stay in the lead here. Going slightly out wide, but then, yeah, managing to just maintain it. But coming towards the end of lap 5 now, you'll be able to see coming off this corner, put it into high and rich, and look at the speed that he has got up there. He's actually gone alongside me, and we're actually going side by side for the double right-hander, and that's just an example of out of nowhere. They just have a ERS mode, I don't know what it is, but it's just crazy. And again, get a little bit of a run on, they go defensive, and then go into this first corner, they're braking very, very early, which is a common theme that we've had throughout the years of the F1 games, but I'm not really going to bash it too much. I think it's very, very hard to really program an AI, to be honest, especially in a racing game or something. It's going to be very hard unless they're real players, and that's why ideally I prefer playing against real players, because they wouldn't do that. But coming to the pits now, because undercuts are pretty good. I thought my teammate was going to try and follow me in there. But coming to here now, I finally figured out what I was doing wrong in the pit stops. Imagine to just time that almost perfectly going to the pits. But you need to hold down the clutch, go full revs, and look for the green light and then release it. Actually went a little bit late today. Normally it's a 2.4, sometimes even 2.3 seconds I could get. But yeah, you need to hold down, give it plenty of revs, and then release it. So I was costing myself about 2 seconds, because if you spam it like you did last game, you're just going to lose quite a bit of time. As now we have come out in last place, so just behind the pack as well. So we've actually come out in traffic, which is not too good, but we'll be able to see on these medium tyres of how well we can get through this, and you should be able to see the raw speed of this Ferrari, of what it can actually do. And you can see in a straight line it is just superior to these other ones. Going down the inside of the Giovinazzi, going completely straight on again, avoiding turning early because I just didn't want to lock my front tyres. And now again, just trying to use that just that max speed going through into here, which you just do. I noticed you don't really get illegal overtakes as often, because I think in the yellow flag sections I've done that quite a few times and haven't got anything at all, as Kimi Raikkonen has actually gone out of the race. And again, look at the speed that we are gaining on Albon. We're going to go down the inside of his double right-hander, trying to throw it down the inside, and we're still maintaining it down the inside for the last corner. And that is the move done. Managed to get 3 positions like that, this lap. And you can see going to turn 1, again, we're just using lean and no ERS. Stroll's probably going to be really compromised on this entry. We managed to get 2 in 1 coming off here with the DRS. And now it's on to Lando Norris in the McLaren. Let's see how quickly we can actually catch him up. And towards the end of this lap, we've already caught him up. You can see how much faster this car actually is, and considering we're on fresher tyres, which I think, again, I think undercuts are going to be pretty OP in this game, but the tyre wear is a lot worse than if you pitted later compared to someone else. So really just got to judge it of, do you want an undercut or do you want fresh tyres at the end, where you're probably going to be a lot faster. It's going to be very, very interesting for league racing, and I really can't wait for that. But again, doing Kvyat and Lando Norris there, pretty comfortable. And now we're going on to the middle of lap 9. But then completing end of lap 10, everyone is just pitted now, and you can see my teammate coming towards the end of the pit exit. Let's see how close it's going to be. It's actually going to be very, very close, because we had traffic. Probably could have made up a lot more time, and we've just about come out in front of him. But you can see straight away he's got that crazy straight line speed, and he hasn't even got DRS or anything at all. It's crazy. Coming off this next corner, he's going to have DRS this time, and let's see how quickly he could actually try and gain into this corner. See, using high and rich, doesn't look like he's that close, but gaining very, very quickly. Love this corner, trying to get a good exit come off here. And this Ferrari is just definitely the most stable car in the F1 2019 cars, as he's going around the outside. So I actually quite like this aggression that he's showing here, trying to leave him room on the outside. And let's see if he can do it. Still side by side with me, and he actually gets the inside. But look at the speed. That's what I'm talking about. That speed from the AI is just rocket boost coming off that corner. I just don't understand how they can actually do that at all. It's pretty mind-blowing. Coming across here with DRS line, and let's see if we can actually bat him to the end. 6 laps of this race to go, but again, as you can see, once you start to close up on him, compromises himself by just going that slightly bit tighter on that corner. And again, getting the DRS, it should be a pretty comfortable pass, and we're a light years ahead of Hamilton and Mercedes. So after those first few laps, we pulled out a really big gap. Coming off here now, he's going to have DRS than me, and we should be safe in this one. Again, compromising his line before going into that corner. But as the laps go on, he has slightly fresher tyres than me, and it looks like he's going to get another good run coming into here. So we're not going to defend this. I'm interested to see how aggressive we're going to be. We're going to give him room on the inside. Go for the cutback this time, going round the outside, and let's see if we get better traction in. We're going to have DRS as well. Now, as long as I have DRS, then it's going to be pretty easy to defend my position, which it is. There's going to be no problem going into this corner here now. And let's see what kind of traction we get. But you can see, he's just very, very good off corners. You can see, almost thinking about going down for a move here, coming off this double left. First part, no real opportunity to go down the inside here, but as the exit of this, he just gets a super slingshot, and let's see how fast he is going to be this time. And again, you can see just all over the back of me. Luckily, he doesn't go down the inside this time, as I'm starting to lose the car now as the tyres going off. I'm not quite sure how that wasn't a warning, because I'm pretty sure I was off the track there. And again, he's going to have a really good run, so we're going to defend this. He's going to go around the outside, trying to fight it down the inside, but he actually gets a really good run off here, and I think it's starting to really affect me, the tyre wear, just in his 25%. Pitted really early because I just really wanted to try and get an undercut to stay ahead of him. But let's see what the straight line speed is coming through here. Coming off this corner, really important to get traction to be really smooth. Get a good exit here. Let's see how quickly we can try and gain with hot lap and overtaking. You can see gaining very quickly. The DRS is pretty powerful at times, but he doesn't get scared by me going down the inside on compared to previous games, and he just gets an insane launch off corners. Just incredible slingshot. But over the next coming laps, this is probably about as close as I could be, but again, you can see he just gets a crazy exit coming off here, and there really isn't too much we can do on this one. Double left now, pumping the throttle a little bit, almost losing the car, just being too eager on the throttle. And now I think my tyres are starting to go. Nothing to do with tyre temps, I think literally it's just my tyres starting to go. But coming on to the start of lap 17, this is probably my real chance now, because he's actually started to get away from me, trying to wrestle the car through the first corner. Hardly got any fuel left, but again, Hamilton is actually slowly starting to catch us both back up, so Mercedes is still slightly quicker, setting a purple first sector, and let's see if we can get a good exit of it. Closest I've been for a little while now, and this DRS, although it's really powerful, let's see how much faster I'm going to be with my teammate going down here, and yeah, pretty equal on that occasion, but you can see, again, he just gets superior exit speed. And going towards the end of this race now, couldn't really do anything. Managed to stay in the DRS, but that is my effort against 110 AI around here. Stay tuned for my set video tomorrow, which I feel is going to be very good. I know the AI is incredibly good in this game, so I feel that was a decent effort. Hopefully you enjoyed the Grand Prix, and I will catch you soon. Peace.